you okay?
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I'm at North Shore Road, and my husband's been attacked by a bear. He's dying.
This particular weekend was our anniversary weekend. It was our 13th anniversary. We really just planned a regular weekend. We were going to have some fun. We were going to do a little work on the cabin. On Sunday on our anniversary, we were probably going to go for a short hike and then head back home. As we were driving and coming down to the cabin that night, probably around 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, we were maybe a mile away, and I said to my wife, we really do need to be on the lookout for bear this weekend because there have been reports of a lot of bear in the area. I, of course, promptly forgot my own advice once we got there because we just fell into our normal routine of getting ready, getting beds made, food put away, clothes put away. It was just kind of a normal time, and we fell into our normal routine. Nighttime is my time for taking the dogs for a walk. I always take them, and I always enjoy it. It's very dark. There are very, very few street lights, so I always take a flashlight or a headlamp along with me. And we got to the bottom of the driveway. I took a couple of paces out onto the roadway and turned to head east, and immediately heard a very loud rustling of bush along the side of the road. Shortly after that, almost immediately, I heard a large whoosh, and it was an exhale, and I knew it was from an animal, and I immediately went back to my warning to my wife. I knew it was a bear. I could then hear the bear running at me. I could hear clicking on the roadway as the bear's claws were hitting the road, and in a split second, she came into my view into the light of the headlamp. She was running headlong at me. She was running fast. She had her head down, and in a split second, she just leaped into me and went straight for me. I immediately started yelling, "Bear, help, I'm being attacked by a bear." I wanted to get back up. I knew I had to get back up on my feet, and so I fought my way back up to my feet, squared off with her. She came at me again. She was clawing, she was biting, she knocked me down again. We probably fought for a couple of minutes down on the roadway, and there was just this momentary lapse. All of a sudden, it just seemed quiet, and I remember grabbing the dog's leads, and I began running back up the driveway to the cabin. I was so hopeful that I'd be able to get away at that point. We then just went through this horrific fight in the driveway. I don't really know how to describe it otherwise. She was definitely winning. I just remember her biting, clawing, and she took a swing, and I can remember her claw hitting the top of my head and then ripping along the right side of my face. She tore flesh off of the top of my head and just pulled it over my right eye. A little while after that, we were fighting. She was behind me. She took another swing. She hit me in the left eye, and it was a direct hit. I remember a huge flash of light when she hit me and this warm feeling on my face, and I knew she'd done a lot of damage. And I was pretty much at that point blind, and I finally just went down in a heap on the driveway. My head had been torn. The back of my neck was torn off all the way down to the spine. My left arm was completely ripped to shreds, basically. I really was not sure that I was going to make it. I thought at that point I was dying. And all of a sudden it was calm. Nothing was going on. I couldn't see at that point. I couldn't hear the bear. I really couldn't hear anything. I think the bear left because it had pretty much subdued me at that point. I was lying in a heap in the driveway, and I think the bear turned her attention to the dogs. I don't know whether they ran at that point or whether they had run earlier, but I think the bear began to track the dogs to the back of the house. And I heard my daughter in the cabin yell out to my wife, "The dogs are at the back door, should I let them in?" And Lynn said, "Yeah, let him in, let him in." And then she asked, "Where's Dad? Is Dad with them?" That really is what warned them that something was wrong. I wasn't with them, and the dogs had gone somewhere where they just never go. That was the point where I thought I had a chance to make it. Lynn came out of the garage, and the motion sensor light went on. And when the light went on, she could see to her left that there was a large animal there. She thought it was a dog. She took a couple of steps, and she realized it was a bear. The bear saw her and jumped up the retaining wall and went around the back of the cabin. She came down the driveway, Lynn did, came down and found me there lying in the driveway. She had the telephone. She had just connected with the 911 operator and was trying to tell them what was going on, was really trying to figure out what was going on.
John, are you okay?
911, what's the location of your emergency?
I'm at North Shore Road, and my husband's been attacked by a bear. His head is dying. Honey, just a minute. Oh, God, his head is all bashed.
She took off her shirt and put it over my head. That was all the protection that she had at that point.
Sweetheart, are you there, John? No. Okay, honey, you just hang in there, sweetie. Just keep breathing, honey. Keep breathing. Oh.
When the medics arrived, I heard one get out, and he ran to the back of the medic unit, which is where I was lying. He pulled Lynn's shirt off my head, and I heard him yell to the other medics, "Don't bother to get anything out of the van. We're putting him in, and we're leaving now." She tore from up here all the way down across my right eye, and that was hanging down. And the left side, she made a direct hit on that side of the face and literally took my eye out. The back of my neck, she actually clawed and bit all the way down to the spine. The doctor said the spine was exposed, and my head was hanging at an odd angle. She just basically ripped my head and my face almost off. The bear looked huge to me. It turned out she wasn't as large as a normal bear. She was about 150 pounds. The game agents who caught her and trapped her and shot her said that she didn't have much food in her stomach, did not have cubs, didn't have cubs with her, likely wouldn't have retained cubs. She was thin and she was hungry. I survived because I didn't want to die, and my wife told me not to. She didn't want me to leave her, and I didn't want to leave her and my family. I had no idea that I had that much fight in me. I just had no idea that I could fight that hard.